apparition and eternal magician. Welcome to the stream. Let's get back to Ciconia. Hello, Songful and G-Chan. I see my singing is quite appropriate, given who's here. Alright, I'm just happy to get back to this. Last time, Miyao was like, Miyao, I should say, hello, OA, was like, oh yeah, come on. We can do this. We have this order. We can preserve peace on our own. And then everything turned out like, oh crap, we have no idea what the fuck we're doing. Who's our fucking enemy? Which actions will lead to peace? Why is politics so hard? And then everyone else was like, chill out, Miyao. You know this is not going to be easy. And then Miyao was like, no, it was supposed to be easy. So I'm kind of worried about Miyao's mental state here, because he is really, really frustrated that everything was not just solved by him making a chivalric order of all the world's gauntlet knights. And while that is a step forward, he has no idea he is really having trouble discerning which actions will lead to peace and which ones will lead to more war. And I do like that they're portraying this situation as, by the way, please say if you can hear me okay. Just making sure. I do like that they're portraying the situation as quite complicated. Yeah, by the way, Songful, welcome to the streams. I don't think I've seen you before. And they're not just portraying it as, oh, we got everything, it's going to be easy. You know, there's a lot of obstacles along the way, and given this is part one of a When They Cross series, I don't think things are going to turn out all too well this first time. Thanks, you guys. Alright, so we'll see after a bunch more worlds things are going to turn out. So anyway, let's get back into it. That's right, we're getting back with more news reports. Alright, let's see what's going to go on. It's a simultaneous global truce. All factions have responded to the IPMA's call, and a shocking global truce has been enacted. You've received an email from Valentina and Mara Carmen for you. To the Grand Master who defends the walls of peace. Huh? We haven't just been sitting around either. We've been doing our job. While the whole world was agitating towards war, we were able to gather those who had doubts about the current situation and hadn't forgotten their duty towards peace. Nice going. I guess those big sisters from Leto aren't all talk. Perhaps their power is that of the eyes you mentioned before. Their reputation took a hit because they were utterly unable to prevent this bout of world feuds. But yes, it seems they do deserve that moniker of the world's Leto. It's irritating, but that's probably true. If Leto has done this from the start, war would likely not have occurred. There is no too early or too late, as long as you have peace. With this, the world will finally be able to regain its composure. And just like that, all my worries are seemingly unfounded as Valentina and Mary Carmen take care of everything off screen. Alright, we'll see where this goes. The tide is finally turning, isn't it? Up until this point, the IPMA had been working with leaders from all factions to establish a truce. However, as these leaders represented societies that were raging towards war, there was really no chance of them being convinced. So, the IPMA changed tack. They investigated one VIP after another across all factions, making a list of those who weren't caught up in the fever of war. People who have maintained their sense of duty towards peace. Then, they gave those people positions as provisional directors in the IPMA, granting them considerable authority. As the maintainers of a healthy military balance, the IPMA held massive influence over the whole world's military community and the business community that supported it. And now, politicians who hadn't forgotten their duty towards peace have been directly appointed to vital roles within the IPMA. Of course, this outrageous move was tantamount to meddling in the internal affairs of all factions. However, Leto had forced it through by making optimal use of its immense financial and military power, as well as its position as the world's greatest producer of rare spiridium. Their methods were quite forceful. It's likely to cause discontent against Leto on a global scale.
So they wielded their power for the sake of peace, even though it meant taking on such a huge risk. Crap. Leto is really cool.
I suppose they don't call themselves the world police for nothing.
Even if the worldwide wars do end with this, I suspect the scars will last a long time. There will be political turmoil caused by Leto's meddling in domestic affairs, as well as issues involving national borders and reparations that were suspended before being truly solved. The world's hardships will probably continue for quite some time.
Still, that's better than war. Fights carried out in conferences following proper procedures are politics, not war.
Exactly. Let those who love war continue with this in their conference halls. The person there waving and descending from the ramp is Liu Tiankai from COU China. He's known for being a quiet influencer on the COU joint parliament, so it seems there was quite a stir when his selection was announced.
Huh? Isn't Liu your last name, Lingji?
He's my grandfather. He looks so haggard. I can't imagine how he must have worried about this huge responsibility.
Not surprising. This is the same as publicly expressing his discontent at the way his country has been almost unanimously moving towards war. In our royal family, there are some who were picked but declined when they learned they wouldn't be able to join anonymously. They might temporarily become heroes of world peace, but they probably risked losing their positions in the subsequent political chaos that will surround all countries.
Are you kidding me? Why should someone who stands up for world peace have to be criticized for it later? Lingji's grandfather is a true hero, isn't he?
Thanks, Miyao.
Oh, Lingji! Oh, that is so cute!
I'm sure my grandfather would be happy to hear that.
To pursue justice, even when it means going against the will of your country, is extremely difficult. I want to praise Lingji's grandfather for his courage, too. For repeatedly issuing visas to Jews in defiance of his government, Sugihara Chiune was known as Japan's Schindler. Oh wow, I didn't know this. It's also known that upon returning to Japan, he was coldly treated as a traitor for disobeying his country's orders. Fuck that, he's a hero. The brand of being a traitor ended up having more sway than the justice of an individual's heart. Even after he was honored by Israel, the slander against him did not cease, and it wasn't until 14 years after his death that he was properly recognized as someone who had chosen justice, despite knowing that he would be called a traitor. Wow. Oh my god. I did not know about that. That's amazing. You go, dude. Oh my god. In Dante's Divine Comedy, those with greater sins were punished in deeper levels of hell. The sin punished in the lowest circle of hell, Casidas, was betrayal. Betrayal of the state. The highest authority representing society was the worst sort of sin and could not be cancelled out by any sort of good deeds.
Grandfather accepted this giant role for the sake of peace, while fully aware that he might be vilified even after his death. Even though many of our relatives tried to stop him.
I wish I could make some of the cowards in our royal family here who say that. He has my heartfelt respect. Exactly, OA. I was thinking of Virgilia.
He deserves more than respect. This person, these people, are heroes trying to stop a world war. The people gathered here are all government VIPs, right? So they should have inside knowledge about who in the government fanned the flames of war, who ran wild, and who was raking in the money. In other words, they know our true enemies, the people whose swords we really should be taking.
It may be hasty to say this, but if anyone tried to crush the desire these VIPs had for peace, these people might be the true spouts of war our order is trying to pluck.
It feels like it's starting to become clear. I think the sword that we've only been able to swing around blindly has finally found a light shining down through the darkness.
Damn, Miyao, you are going all in on this chivalric order thing. Well, I am tempted to exasperatedly say that the world isn't that simple, but I gotta say, Rathabiel is one of my favorite characters. I love her combination of idealism and realism. Really, she is like such a balance between those two. It's really something. Oh, hello, Weibo. Welcome to the stream.
I think that in this world, things that are truly precious and just are always very simple and clear-cut.
Lingji, are you still in contact with your grandfather?
That's right. Do you think we could ask him about something? Like whether our order of the public bath can do anything to help?
I wonder.
Oh my god, are you channeling Rena here? Oh my god. Woo! I wonder. Lingji. Oh my god.
Of course, I'm still in touch with grandfather, but I've never spoken with him about anything political.
The fact that he accepted this role tells me that if he was, in a sense, prepared even for death, we may be able to speak with him surprisingly openly. You're right, and even just including those of us here now, we already have top-class gauntlet knights representing all factions. If we include all care to members of the Order, that amounts to a considerable military force. From their perspective as well, it may be worth opening a conversation between us.
Could I ask you to do that, Lingji? I want to serve the cause of peace however I can.
I first joined for the childlike motive of wanting to fly freely through the skies. However, even after becoming a gauntlet knight, fighting only seemed like a game to me. However, as I supported the walls of peace while simultaneous feuds were breaking out across the planet, when World War IV really could have started any time, I noticed something.
Our left arms are unbelievably heavy. Once you've experienced that, you can't forget it.
You're right.
Now that Gauntlet Knights stand at the peak of military might, we are, and only we are, the true guardians of the walls of peace.
Miyao. I gotta say, Miyao's thoughts, he tends to think of things a little too simplistically. Like, that can be good in some ways, but he needs to be checked. He needs to have checks on him. Which so far the other Gauntlet Knights are doing pretty well. But Miyao has shown that he's also easily manipulated because of his idealism, so I'm just really worried about him.
Those walls of peace do more than surround your own country.
In other words, we must be guardians of the walls of peace all over the world.
That's a Gauntlet Knight's duty. We will protect the walls of peace. We won't let World War IV happen. For the first time, we learned that there are other people who share our goals. I I want to help those people!
Miyao. Very well. I'll try sending grandfather an email. Of course, I won't tell him about the order of the public bath yet, but I'll tell him that there must be something we can do to help.
Thanks. All right. I think I'm finally starting to see a way forward. I get the feeling I'll be able to point the way to the enemies we really need to crush.
My big brother is truly pathetic, as he couldn't even speak out for peace without a promise of anonymity. But I have our Grand Master's permission. I could try if I have my Grand Master's permission, I could try approaching him.
Forget permission. I'm the one who wants to ask you. Please, Rethabiel.
Compared to Lingji, with a major COU politician as a grandfather, and Rethabiel, a princess of the ACR royal family, I can't do anything at all. However, after this, I'm sure we'll start seeing people pushing for peace once more, even in the ABN. I have no connections, but I'll try gathering information to see if I can find anyone who might become one of our comrades. That's not true, Oe. We did see Fear one more time. She did have a second scene, Oe. Don't you remember when she showed the time capsule to that other scientist guy? But it's true that she hasn't shown up in a long time. Neo, I would like to ask that if you also, I would ask that you also see if you, wait, what's she saying? Hold on. I would ask that you also see. Okay. I would ask, Mio, I would ask that you also see if you can find any potential comrades in the AOU. You're a Gauntlet Knight hero there, yes? Don't you have any connections at all?
Well, connections between people are rare in the AOU, but I do have a weapon. My dad!
By dad, you mean your actual father? I thought that everyone in the AOU was a test tube baby.
I'm Ciconia born, which makes me a rare case. That's why I have a blood relative. My dad's a military reporter with the AOU Combined Military, and he's got a huge number of friends through this weird network. It's almost like he's got his own secret organization or something, but nah, he's not that cool.
A military reporter with the Combined Military. I see, then he should at least be quite familiar with what's going on inside the military hierarchy. The fact that he's your actual father makes him a powerful connection. It's probably worth relying on him. I can't afford to fall behind. I'll do all I can.
Thanks to you too, Stan. I'll give it my all too. Alright, I'm getting fired up! We'll finally be able to fight for real!
You go, Mio. Please be careful in what you do. Oh god, I'm so worried about you.
All my friends are from my generation. In the AOU, where the Ciconia don't come, it's pretty rare to have ties to people in older generations, you know?
If you're a girl and you say that you have connections to an older generation, people will start suspecting that you're someone's secondary secretary or something. Oh god, Gunhild. Ugh. Oh boy. Gunhild. Oh god, I feel so sorry for her sister. Oh god.
Seriously though, it really would be nice to have some relatives. I'm jealous of how Ciconia-borns can have interpersonal bonds that are stronger than what you get with superiors or friends. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I don't mind, but I'm sorry. All my friends are fun to be with, but none of them are in a position to know anything that would help the Order. After all, we only ever talk to our own generation, right? How could any of us know details about the government and the situation there?
I have connections, though only a few, with people from other generations because of my hobbies. However, those hobbies are our only connection, so I don't know their professions or social positions, and it would be rude to ask. Sorry, but I don't think I'll be able to help.
I think our best option is probably to rely on your dad, Miyao. Parents are even better than close friends, right? There's someone you can absolutely trust no matter what. Oh God, Jaden! Oh God. Jaden, no! Oh God. Oh God! Told you to, why do you have to be such an ass?
Taking a sip of that double shot. Oh, God. Jeez.
I don't think I can trust him more than a close friend. But at the moment, there's no one else we can rely on. I'll just have to pray he answers my email.
The Order of the Public Bath, huh? To think that a chivalric order with such a weird name would actually become a world-spanning organization pushing for world peace. That really surprised me.
Miyao's always really detail-oriented when it comes to emails and responding to them and stuff. That's how you kept all those connections from the Battle Standard Festival going and created this amazing order. I'm proud that I'm able to call myself your partner. You're exaggerating. I never would have been able to make up my mind to say that important sounding stuff if you two hadn't talked over with me. After being inspired by Dad, I created a chivalric order. A chivalric order whose philosophy was to prioritize justice. As guardians of the walls of peace over our duties as soldiers. Now, after getting aces from around the world to join, I can be confident in it, but I realize that it's seriously risky, and then we get far more than just telling off if the wrong people found out about it. At the very beginning, very beginning, when I revealed my idea to Jaden and Gunhild, I was incredibly unsure of myself. I was so scared, wondering what I'd do if they rejected the idea. If they had done just more than just reject it. If they had reported it to the authorities, what would have happened next? I was only able to reluctantly bear the orders of those middle-aged men with their fighting spirit logic, because I had the power to fly freely through the sky. If I'd spoken up about my ideals, only to have the wing on my left arm torn off, I'd be stuck wondering what I'd been living for all this time. On that day, even I didn't really understand the fear that lay deep inside my heart. However, I can't even begin to measure how much courage it gave me when Jaden and Gunhild agreed so enthusiastically and astonishingly quickly. Without the bonds I share with my friends in Warcat, there wouldn't have been an order. I'm so grateful to you two.
Please, put that gratitude on hold until we're able to vanquish the Order's true enemy.
Setting aside to actually fan the flames of war, our first priority now is peace. I hope the Lato conference is able to handle that okay, unless it totally fucks up and everything's totally screwed. But that won't happen. Also, there's been a rumor going around. A rumor that there's going to be a secret topic of discussion at this Lato conference. A secret topic of discussion? Yeah. After all, the whole world conveniently started getting excited about war and going at it, all at the same time. There has to have been someone who knew about these events beforehand and got rich off them. The rumor is that this event's main goal is for Lato to get information from sources in all countries. Information that'll help them sniff out the mastermind or international conspiracy or whatever that's behind all this.
The IPMA had selected and gathered VIPs from all over the world, and all of them had apparently been near the source of what drove their countries towards war, calmly watching on this whole time, without letting the fever overwhelm them. By bringing together the information they had together, it might be possible to sniff out those who had conspired behind the scenes to bring about this global conflict. If that was true, then when that happened, the true mastermind who had driven the world towards war would be exposed. Then it would be finally time for the Gauntlet Knights. Hello, GM Chad. Welcome to the stream. The Guardians supporting the Walls of Peace to act. That's assuming that the bad guys decide to go with a bang once they've been found out, like some special effects blockbuster. However, they probably do have significant influence over the military. I'm sure any additional military might on our side wouldn't hurt, if they're going to be exposed.
Oh, that big sis from Leto just showed up on the news over there.
You're right. They've got all of Leto's Gauntlet Knights protecting today's VIPs.
If the rumor Jaden heard is true, then these people would be a big problem for the masterminds who caused the war. If so, you can never have too much protection.
Plus, Leto gauntlets are apparently allowed to have higher specs than anything from the other 4 factions, which means when our supervillain comes and kills them all in 2 seconds, we'll be like totally, completely, utterly screwed. And there's so many of them. It's probably fair to say that this spot has been tighter security than anywhere else on the globe right now.
If they're taking security that seriously now, maybe that means Leto is confident that the information held by these provisional directors is enough to sniff out some pretty serious evil.
I just hope Ling Ji is able to get in touch with her grandfather. Huh? Wait a sec. Oh, that's Dad! My dad's there! Hey, Dad! Oh yeah, he can't hear me through the TV.
Huh? Which one is your dad? Draw a circle around him.
Hey, Dad! I want to tell you.
Jaden, he's not your dad, you adorable guy! Oh my jeez. Oh my god.
I'm in a serious relationship with Miyao.
Oh my god! That is so cute! Oh my god, Jaden! You're just a cutie pie! Oh my god. Oh, jeez.
Just kidding! Ha!
Oh my god.
Shut up. Don't make jokes. I lost sight of him.
Miyao searched for some sign of his dad with his mental display, but he wasn't able to spot him again. However, when he played back the video and checked, there was indeed Miyao's father, Tojiro. Oh, some photoshopping, real-time photoshopping is going on here or something. He walked past the camera with a calm look on his face, ignoring the line of Leto MPs that were holding back the press. He was a military reporter attached to the AOU Combined Military HQ, so it shouldn't have been strange to see him in the capital of Leto, Brazil. However, something about his calm expression seemed off to Miyao. Oh boy, Tojiro! You're gonna go full Gendo Ikari, aren't you? Aren't you, Tojiro? Yeah, give your regards to freaking Sele. Oh god. To anyone other than Miyao, it would have seemed a normal, calm, easygoing expression. However, as someone connected to Tojiro by blood, it seemed to Miyao like a faintly eerie, out-of-place smile. I wonder if some crazy-ass shit is gonna go down, you guys. Oh god. He's gonna freaking do something at this conference. I just know it. I just fucking know it. Oh boy. Jeez. The capital of later Brazil was Brasilia. The white building standing there was the headquarters of the IPMA. It was surrounded by crowds of bustling people, cheering and holding banners celebrating the coming of world peace. Surely nothing bad is going to happen here. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Jeez. Unlike the four factions driven mad with war by the friction between factions, public opinion had been pro-peace in the prosperous Leto, which had far more than it needed to get by. Those people had eagerly welcomed this global truce and the opening of a conference to discuss peace. However, though they really did want peace, it was really more of a passive desire than a proactive one. The people of Leto were promised prosperous lives, so they weren't really interested in conflicts between other factions. Leto did call itself the world's police, and pushed for world peace as part of its duty as a rich faction, but in truth, they didn't want to get involved in troubles between the other factions. Some regretted that this passive attitude of theirs had helped to invite this global conflict. Leto's people may have been fervently applauding this as an act of self-praise, now that the mighty Leto had been dragged the world towards peace once again. There would be a conference to discuss peace. The security was so strict that it seemed to be the exact opposite of peaceful. The building was surrounded by the armored cars of the heavily armed police force, and the height of the military might, gauntlet knights, had been placed throughout the whole area. Even the vast gray skies were being protected by a powerful air defense system. Furthermore, strict precautions have been taken to prevent not only military attacks, but the insertion of terrorists and assassins as well. Tight security was set up around the building, with ID checks and metal detectors being used with extraordinary care. I can't speak Brazilian. Portuguese? Oh, God. Com licença? I'm guessing. Pardon me, but I'll need to see your pass.
Boa tarde, young miss. Oh, that's odd. You not able to read my pass?
In the A3W world, with its magnificent auto-translation tools, there was absolutely no need to learn other languages. However, greeting people with the words of that country was the hallmark of a polished traveler. Your Portuguese is quite good, Mr. Matake. I do know you personally, but this is work, so please forgive me. We've currently risen to identity check level 4 for foreign soldiers.
Sure, I'll cooperate.
Even with A3W technology, visual confirmation of passes was still being carried out. Oh, thank you, Jim. I try my best. Of course, with the technology of this era, it was possible to check IDs automatically by just having them on you. However, it was known that having security personnel speak to a person directly and visually check their passes applied a sort of silent pressure, which made for a useful deterrent. In other words, it told them that we're watching you, don't try anything funny. Valentina took Tojiro's pass and used a card reader to check for forgeries.
I received this pass directly from Colonel Mendez of Public Safety. I hope you aren't going to suddenly tell me now that foreign soldiers won't be allowed in for the group photo shoot.
Huh? I'm sorry about that. Making quick changes to our security policy may be inconvenient, but it is extremely effective.
It's my job to be a reporter, miss. If I have to go back and tell them that I couldn't take any photos because security chased me out, I'll be paying my travel expenses out of my own pocket.
I've confirmed that your pass is good. Please excuse the inconvenience, Major Matake. To make up for it, I've been instructed to escort you to where you can take pictures.
Excellent. What could be better than being escorted by a beauty who looks great in a gauntlet?
In the massive conference room, about 100 directors were chatting with each other. You guys, I have a feeling things are about to go fucking nuclear. I fucking swear. The tension is just, ugh. I can cut it with a knife. Unless this is a fake out, but I think we're too far into the story for more fake outs. Oh god. In particular, the VIPs who have been directly appointed as provisional directors seem to be at the center of all conversations. On the other hand, there were some who didn't join in with those groups. There was a group of old directors from multiple factions. Some of them approved of their faction's wartime posture of national unity. Their stance was that they served as directors not for the sake of international peace, but to serve the interests of their nations. Perhaps some of them felt that these provisional directors had been secret traitors who didn't approve of their own country's policies. Hello, Ruka. Welcome to the stream. Furthermore, these provisional directors have been given quite a lot of authority during this conference. What sorts of things might they say? These traitors who had prioritized their own sense of justice while neglecting the interests of their homelands. And how could they be restrained? And how could they do that while pretending that my faction supports world peace? Surely their bargaining and psychological warfare had already begun. Eventually, they were all called to take a group photo. Oh boy! And all the directors began heading towards the space designated for that purpose. Apparently, they had already decided who would stand where beforehand. And today's guests of honor, the provisional directors, were given the most important spots in front. Okay, Lingji's grandfather. Kinzo.
It honors me to be given such a central spot. It is more than I deserve.
He's probably gonna die here anyway. I have a feeling. I just have a feeling everything is gonna go to shit. I just have a feeling. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm honored to stand next to you, Mr. Liu. I'm Wixel from the AOU Joint Parliament. Pleased to meet you.
God damn, Mr. Wixel. Of course, I have heard a lot about you. I've been wanting to meet you at least once.
I'm sure that we'll be speaking today about our common enemy. Oh god. I remember the last time somebody tried to talk about the Three Kings, and it did not go well.
So am I. I believe we are likely witnesses to the most despicable act of organized crime in history. We must combine information quickly and find out who is behind this. Oh, pardon me.
He pulled a smartphone out of his pocket. It was an essential item for the generation that couldn't make use of a cell phone. It showed an icon of Lingji. Oh god! Oh boy! Oh no! There's so many red flags here, death flags here. Oh god. The granddaughter he adored more than anything and indicated that she had sent him an email. Is it something urgent?
No, it's from my granddaughter. I'll read it slowly later on.
For her sake as well. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, Lou. Why didn't you read the goddamn message? Fucking hell. For her sake as well. We must kick out the people from across the planet who destroyed world peace for their own profit.
I feel the same. That's why we have gathered here.
Directors, we're about to take our group picture. The reporters will now enter. Reporters holding large cameras came inside, led by gauntlet knights. Of course, a gauntlet knight had at least as much firepower as an aircraft carrier. They certainly weren't made for work as security guards, and yet that's what they were doing. After all, a wall made of the shields emitted by multiple gauntlet knights could protect the VIPs in case something bad happened. Oh god, you are just setting up the fucking dominoes here. Oh god. Seriously? The dominoes are being set up! Oh god! In other words, it was like several cutting-edge aircraft carriers were guiding the reporters and protecting the VIPs of the board of directors. In other words, it is actually 1,000,000,000% impossible that anything will go wrong, and you are a complete idiot for thinking that anything would. So there's no way, absolutely no way, anything bad could happen here. You now have permission to take photos. If any photos are taken after the end signal has been sent, your equipment will be confiscated. Furthermore, 300 seconds. Oh no! God! 300 seconds! Oh god! Oh no! After the signal is given, all your passes will no longer grant you access to the floor. Please note that remaining after that point will make you subject to unconditional arrest. Now then, Major, I pray you're able to take some good shots.
Thanks. Well, since I'm here.
Oh boy. Oh god. Sorry, the furniture is just... here we go. Okay. As flashes started appearing everywhere, Tojido took out a retro camera of his own. Not only was it retro, but it had been created in the middle of the B3W era and probably belonged in a museum. So there's absolutely nothing suspicious about it. However, this era was filled with things that looked retro on the outside but were cutting edge on the inside. Yep, that's a definite theme with Ciconia. So you'd naturally assume that Tojo's camera was just a facade, but is a real bona fide retro camera. Apparently, the choice was down to his own sense of aesthetics and hobbies. He peered through the finder and looked at the main topics of conversation. Original directors. Hilarious, OA. Fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh boy, here we go.
That's Liu Tianqi from COU China. I guess that's Simon Wixel from AOU Sweden next to him.
Oh yeah, totally, Ruka. It's totally the same camera as Tomitake's. It's gotta be.
Now there's a surprise. To think that such big names will be in the pro-ceasefire faction. You can bet that they'll have a rough time when they go back to their countries. And next to them, Minister Kiriaba from the ACR, Chairman Fahim from the ABN. That's quite a set. I'll definitely want to leave this shop behind for posterity.
Okay, is this Tojido? I think this is Tojido.
At the end of the A3W era, when everyone eagerly anticipated World War IV, there was one miraculous moment in time when all remained true to their own sense of justice and hope for world peace to gathered here. Sounds good.
Oh god, he's setting something up. Oh god, look at this fucking line. Look at this fucking line. Tojido's finger pressed down on the shutter. Yep! Feed cut! Here's our... Okay. Hey, everybody. Here's our first Twilight. Here's our Watanagashi. Hey. Yep. Here it is. All Ciconia theorists. Here it is. Our first Twilight and our Watanagashi. Oh my god. Jeez.
It looked like the video's cut out. Please wait a moment.
The announcer was saying something to some staff members. He seemed faintly confused and hesitant.
This is an urgent update. We just received a report about I fucking knew it! Large explosion taking place in Ledo, Brazil, IPMA headquarters. Now connected to a reporter inside the building, in front of the building.
I'm standing here in front of the IPMA headquarters. Just now, we heard a large explosion accompanied by a massive tremor. The explosion is thought to have occurred inside headquarters. Ow, ow, what's going on?
Attention, attention. Now speaking to all present. All press passes have been suspended. Please cease all press activities at once and leave the press area. In 300... God damn you, Rikushi. In 300 seconds, the police will begin forcibly expelling anyone who remains.
That's not fair. Hey, stop. Don't touch our equipment. Stop. I said stop.
Huh? What's going on?
Miyao and the others were stunned silent, but the same horrible idea was floating through all their minds. In addition to the war cats, a crowd of trainees had gathered in the officers' cafeteria and were all watching the same midair display. They had all gathered without anyone in particular organizing it, hoping to share in the joy of the moment when peace was finally restored, now that they had completed their mission of supporting the world in peace. Yeah, sure. Jeez. Oh my god. Yes, Ji-chan. Exactly. Totally. Yeah, sound effects is the pinnacle of editing here. However, the peaceful atmosphere that had existed a second ago was now completely gone.
A terrorist attack? Are you kidding me?
We can't say for sure, but it's extremely likely.
Carapoyo, get us information. It doesn't matter what. Was this a terrorist attack or not?
Pollo! I've already started a predictive search, Pollo! What I can sum up using mutterings of members of the press organization from Brasilia is that it's still impossible to tell if this is an accident or a terrorist attack, Pollo.
Have there been any deaths?
Judging by the number of ambulances gathering from the HQ building, there's thought to be at least 100 injured, Pollo!
There were lots of gauntlet knights there serving as guards. They probably put up their shields instantly, so I'd like to think that the people standing behind them were protected.
Come to think of it, weren't you in touch with those big sisters from Ledo, Jaden? Can you find out if they're okay?
Yeah, that's right. I'll email them. Crap, I just hit send an incomplete email draft.
Don't worry, Pollo. In times like this, you can count on Carapoyo. I scanned the text and email just before you sent it and thought you should probably check it again before sending. So it hasn't gone out yet, Pollo. Are you sure you...
Oh my god, what? Wait, what?
Are you sure you want to send the following email, Pollo? Seriously, talk about super sexy? I want to support those love packed multi-piece on your chest.
Oh my god! Jaden! What the fuck are you doing, Jaden?
Multi-piece on your chest, princess. How'd you like that experience? Can't wait to hear back from you.
Are you fucking serious, Jaden? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. This is not the time. This is not the time, Jaden. It's not the time in the least. Jaden! Right now I'm worried about your brain! That's right, Miyao. You tell him, seriously.
I'm sorry, Meow, forgive...
Go, Miyao. You deserve to do this to him, seriously. They should be on duty at the moment. They might not respond. How about on your end, Miyao? You say you saw your father in front of the HQ building, right?
Oh, that's right! Dad! But he was outside the HQ building. He probably doesn't know what's going on inside.
You've received an email from Ling Ji, boyo.
From Ling Ji? Oh, that's right. Her grandfather was attending that conference, wasn't he? Which means he might have been caught up in that explosion.
This is Ling Ji. I don't know if my grandfather is safe. Your father was a military reporter, correct? Do you know if he has any information?
That's right. Okay, might as well try sending Dad an email.
Okay, OA. I'll see you later. Bye. Have a good time at work.
Oh, hello. Is that you, Miyao? I'm so glad you're worried about my safety. I'm totally fine. I'm probably the mastermind behind all this bullshit. You were outside the building, right? I wasn't worried from the start. That's not true. I got a pretty high-rank press pass and went into the conference hall. A huge explosion took place right in front of me. My eyes aren't great, so the quality is pretty bad, but I do have an eye-camera video of it. Want to see? Of course I want to see it. My friend's grandfather was attending. She asked me to check if he was all right.
Huh? Who could have guessed that I'd not only escort you around, but save your life as well?
Without you, I would have been mincemeat. I'm grateful.
Even so, you were in quite a convenient position.
What's that supposed to mean? Is that an LA joke? LA joke?
When most reporters take photos, they don't try to put things in frame that aren't the subject of their picture.
Ah, you got me. When my finder sees something beautiful, I can't help but want to get it on film.
While most of the reporters were injured or killed, it was almost as though you were hiding in a position protected by the umbrella of my shield.
Don't get the wrong idea. For some reason, I've always had good luck at times like these, and it's not due to me being the evil mastermind of some kind of organization. Don't you even think about that. Dad? Dad? Hey, answer me. What's going on? Oh, sorry about that. I was also having a conversation with someone in reality. Unlike your gauntlet generation, it's hard for me to talk to two people at once. Video of the explosion, right? I can send it if it's in a format that can't be copied, and that deletes itself after being played. I want to show it to my friend, so that she herself can see that her grandfather's safe. You talking about Ling Ji from COU's Black Bow Squad? Yeah, now I remember. Liu Tianqi is their grandfather, isn't he? That's right. That Liu Tianqi person is the only one whose safety I want to check.
Major? Huh? You must really be tired.
Yeah, maybe. Once you lose the adrenaline, the weariness hits you pretty suddenly.
Hold on just a second. God damn, it's hot today. Oh, God. I'd prefer to take you to your hotel, but I'll need you to come with me.
I see. After all, I was the only foreigner on the scene. Well, I guess there's no helping it.
What? It's not, it can't be helped? Oh my God, wow.
Hello? Sorry again. I'll send you the video now. Still, let me warn you. Naturally, this is an 18+ video. How old were you again? Feels like you graduated elementary school just last year. Your hands are so small and cute back then. Quit it. Shut up and send it over already.
Huh? As I'm sure you know, you won't be able to speak up, record, or reproduce anything that you witnessed today without Lado's express permission.
Of course. I know that.
You sent one video to my son, boyo, you lying bastard, boyo.
My apologies, but I'll need to restrict your cellcom usage for a while.
Thanks for the warning. Those electric guns really zap you, so I suppose it wouldn't be fun to get hit by one unexpectedly. Dad, thanks for the video. I got it. Dad? Hello? You having an exciting chat with someone again or what? I only want to thank him for sending this to me, so I'll leave a message saying so. Hey, how'd it go, Miyao? Sounds like Dad was at the scene of the explosion. He sent me an eye-camera video.
Isn't that really dangerous?
Probably. He put some pretty strict limits on it, like making it impossible to copy and have it erase itself after playing. Anyway, let's watch. That's right, why don't we call Ling Ji over here? It'd be best if she saw it directly, right? No. I'll take responsibility for checking. And just tell her the result. Sure. Good point.
Are you sure you want to do that, Miyao? The three war cats gathered in a virtual room.
Karapoyo, play the video.
Roger that, boyo. But first, I need to check with you, boyo. Should I remove my filter for grotesque content, boyo? You're trying to spot a specific person, so I thought adding a mosaic might get in the way, boyo.
Well, it's a terrorist bombing after all. I guess it'll be pretty bad.
And that sort of thing doesn't bother me at all. Don't worry for my sake.
Still, it's possible that this video will give us a clue to the culprit. You're right. This isn't just about whether Lingji's grandfather is safe. There might be some vital clues in there.
If we can only play this video once, shouldn't we get a lot more people to watch and inspect it? No. We also have to consider Miyao's father's position. Let's watch it with just us here.
Damn it. I'll definitely find something. Karapoyo, play it.
Roger that, boyo.
Oh boy, are we gonna actually see it? Oh boy. Or rather read it, I guess. Are we gonna cut to after they see it? Sadly, the length of a period of peace is proportional to the group's gruesomeness of the preceding war. Still have not hit midnight yet on this clock. Each chapter takes like an hour to read. Okay, we're getting right to it. Okay.
We're playing video for playback, boyo. Get up. Boyo! Beginning playback, boyo.
Directors, we're about to take our group picture. The reporters will now enter. You can see Mary Carmen's back as she led a crowd of reporters forward. Still, it was clear why eye cameras weren't popular, despite how revolutionary they were. The human eye is actually pretty hyperactive, jumping all over the place. Your brain just smooths that shaky video for you. Hold on one second. I'm trying to... This hot weather really is not doing me any favors here. The replay software did its best to minimize the shaking, but it wasn't too comfortable to watch. On top of that, Tojiro loved using old-style glasses, so he hasn't undergone vision recovery surgery. Tojiro is so fucking old school, seriously. It was a blurry video, like looking through the bottom of a cloudy glass bottle.
I can't make out anything but general atmosphere. Can you recognize any faces?
It's very hard, but it's just possible to barely recognize human faces that aren't moving for you.
They said they were taking a group photo, so I'm sure the directors are all lined up.
I see. They're the subject of the photos, after all. So we should definitely be able to find Lingji's grandfather.
Oh my god, jeez.
Still, Mio's dad really is a pervert. He keeps looking at Marty's back and her butt.
Yeah, you have no right to say that, Jaden. You now have permission to take photos. If any photographs are taken after the end signal has been sent, your equipment will be confiscated. Furthermore, 300 seconds after the signal is given, all your passes will no longer grant you access to the floor. Please note that remaining after that point will make you subject to unconditional arrest. Valentina slid into frame from the side. Apparently, they had been walking alongside each other the whole time. Now then, Major, I pray that you're able to take some good shots.
Thanks. Well, since I'm here.
As flashes started appearing everywhere, Tojiro took out a retro camera that was hanging from his neck. Then he focused on the huge line of directors through the finder.
There he is for you. I found the Lucian card for you. In the center of the front line for you.
That Lucian Kai from COU China. I guess that's Simon Wixel from AOU Sweden next to him. Now there's a surprise. To think that such big names would be in the pro-ceasefire faction. You could bet that they'll have a rough time when they go back to their countries. And next to them are Minister Kitty Alba from the ACR, Chairman Fahim from the ABN. That's quite a set. I'll definitely want to leave this shot behind for posterity.
As he said that, he dramatically changed the angle of the camera multiple times. Oh my god, Tojiro. Eventually, he stepped behind Valentina, and apparently on purpose, and about half the finder was covered by her butt.
Whoa. What the hell are you thinking, Mio's dad? Why'd you make this video uncopyable?
Yup. Get it, Miyao. Oh wait, is this the explosion, isn't it? Immediately after that, the explosion probably happened. Flying blood, oh god, flying blood and pieces of flesh stuck to every part of the conference hall, making for a horrible scene. There were moans, screams, coughs. A horrible and terrifying scene lay before them. As countless people lay sprawled or curled up on the floor, Tojiro suddenly got to his feet and looked around him. HQ! An explosion has occurred inside the conference hall! This is an emergency! I don't believe it. To think that you'd be this unscathed.
Looks like your projection shield protected me. Good thing I was standing behind you. Totally didn't know that was gonna happen. Thanks.
Crowds of security guards and paramedics poured in. Chojido's range of vision calmly watched over the scene, as it was something from a movie that had nothing to do with him. Eventually, his gaze focused on the place where the directors had gathered for the group picture.
Ah! That's pretty rough. That's horrible.
We were right not to call in G here. Those who stuck up their original shape were relatively lucky. It was a mashed up hell, with organs scattered all over the place.
I'm searching for Lucian Kai, but I can't find him for you.
Well, I doubt a facial recognition tool will be able to find him now. Yeah.
It looks like this is the end of the video.
The video has ended for you. It's a video format that can't be replayed, so sorry about that for you.
Ah boy, here we go.
What should we tell Ling Ji? Just send her an email saying that we don't know. The masters of the Order of the Public Bath are here. Mind if I let them join the room? Of course not. Let him in.
Stanisław and Recipe have entered the room for you. Ling Ji has entered the room for you.
Miyao, thanks for investigating. The Foreign Affairs Department said they're still trying to confirm his safety, so leave it in their hands.
I think that's for the best. Sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
What a disaster. In order to guide the world towards peace, Leto gathered together people he had specifically chosen, and they were all wiped out. Stan. Sorry. I apologize for not choosing my words more carefully.
Don't worry about it. It may be even an accident, or it may be even terrorism. And one thing I do know is that those who didn't want this global conflict to end are laughing right now.
They should have been able to predict that something like this would happen. How did anyone slip through the tight security of Leto, the world police?
According to Dad, there were a lot of casualties among the directors as well.
Now that's strange.
Why?
As we also saw in the news, later mobilized even Gauntlet Knights as guards to protect those VIPs. Well, in that conference hall, they were probably surrounded by a wall of Gauntlet Knights, defending them. That's true. You might expect some casualties, but not a lot, as Miyao's father described it. Miyao's group thought back on the video they had just witnessed. There certainly had been a considerable explosion. The only ones safe there were Gauntlet Knights, as well as Chojido and a few reporters who had been behind them. Apparently, they had survived the sudden explosion, because they were behind the Gauntlet Knights and protected by their shields, but no one had protected the directors. Maybe someone got one of the directors to carry in the explosive material without knowing it.
True, the directors had diplomatic immunity, so they were able to bring in objects that didn't require a check. But even so,
In the B3W era, even switches for nuclear missiles could be carried out in attaché cases, yes. This is the Celcom age. If they had such a thing, it could easily be a smart device the size of your fist or smaller.
No matter what kind of high-powered explosive you used, there's no way you'd be able to turn that many people into mincemeat with an object of that size. So, maybe it was set up at the hall beforehand. That would mean Leto was the culprit. If I were them, I'd never try an assassination this flashy in a place where they'd naturally be suspected.
No matter how this issue was resolved, Later wouldn't be able to avoid losing a lot of trust, considering its failure to protect VIPs from around the world. Later was a producer of rare spiridium, so the other factions only ingratiated themselves to them on the surface, and quite a few politicians hated the way Leto acted like everyone's leaders. For the sake of world stability as well, it wouldn't do for the compass known as Leto to lose the world's trust. Looking at it from Leto's perspective, regardless of what actually happened here, they'll probably try to pass it off as an accident. In fact, it seems like it really was an accident.
How do you know that?
One of my fellow band groupies just came out to me as a Leto police officer. He just sent me an email.
Gunhill's connections really are crazy. So, just what kind of accident could have caused this?
Oh my god, oh boy. He said it was caused by the dimension container of one of the Gauntlet Knight guards going off accidentally. As to that video we just saw, I was also checking all the Gauntlet Knights that appeared in it. At the end, one of those Gauntlet Knights was no longer there. And I'm fairly certain that the missing one was at the center of the explosion.
Are you saying it was someone in the crowd of people protecting the VIPs? That would definitely fit.
The dimension container was a form of super technology that could store a gauntlet's unlimited weaponry in an alternate dimension, from where it could be easily retrieved instantly. Its use was made practical long before the principles behind it were understood, and had famously caused several brutal accidents during experimentation. I definitely don't get it, even though I had it explained to me, but if you have even just a little miscalculation, when integrating with alternate dimensions, it can have an effect similar to particle annihilation, which normally occurs on a microscopic level. I have no idea what that means, but its explosive force can be quite terrifying. The worst recorded incident happened in Leto, Peru, Level 4, Heavy Military Research Center, where several hundred people were killed or injured. Today, through technological advancement, awareness, and careful adjustment for each individual gauntlet knight, such accidents are nearly always avoidable. However, that's only when the adjustments are performed perfectly. Trainees who are still in the early days of their adjustments and compatibility with their machines can sometimes cause explosion accidents, even these days.
Does that really make any sense? You almost never get any accidents these days. Since Lato's gauntlet technology is more advanced, it's supposed to be overwhelmingly more rare over there.
Hold on 1 second.
On top of that, I have a hard time believing that any of the gauntlet knights they used to guard VIPs were mere trainees.
However, that doesn't mean it was absolutely impossible. Was it a coincidental accident, or a plot designed to look like an accident? If so, then it's highly likely that someone tampered with the gauntlet knight, who was used as a bomb.
But that also means at least one of the people who set this up has to be from Leto.
Miyao, isn't the Order of the Public Bath searching for an international mastermind who's been stirring up global conflicts behind the scenes? I doubt it would be impossible for such a capable mastermind to tamper with Leto's gauntlets.
The assholes! Damn, that pisses me off. I agree. If they just snuck a bomb in there somewhere, then I might just be barely able to understand it. But to make a bomb out of a gauntlet used by one of our fellow guardians of the walls of peace.
To gauntlet knights, the gauntlet was more than just important. It was sacred. You could only use one at will after a long training, after improving the compatibility between your brain and the gauntlet. You would raise it into a gauntlet that could be controlled by no one but you in the entire world, and success was only achieved when it felt like a part of your body. Your gauntlet was your silent partner, to not only heartlessly tamper with something like that, but also to use a guardian of the walls of peace as a bomb. From the perspective of a proud gauntlet knight, this was unforgivable.
Just now, I received an email from my family. Apparently, they were told that a part of Grandfather's body has been identified. Grandpa?
Let us pray for all those who perished after gathering there for the sake of peace, despite knowing they were putting their lives at risk.
Damn it! It isn't just the people who died in the explosion today. There's also our comrades who defended the walls of peace even in death, so that this day will come to pass. As well as all the people who got caught up in that. This day was only possible because of all those sacrifices.
I prefer to believe that no death is meaningless.
That's not quite right. It isn't death itself that has meaning. What determines whether their death really means something is what the rest of us do with the baton they've passed us.
That's exactly right.
If we just give up and cry, then they really will have died in vain. I hate to say it, but today, the people who might have guided the world towards peace, who might have known the identity of our true enemy, who's setting up world war, have all been killed. I'm sure that the people behind this will immediately break the global truce and try to resume the fighting. And I'm sure the world will dance to their tune.
What are you thinking of doing? Miyao, I understand how you feel and I hate this too, but there is nothing we can do. But at this rate, all those noble sacrifices will have died in vain. What on earth do you think we should do, Grandmaster?
Right now, all we can do is continue unfalteringly in our missions as guardians of the walls of peace. Well, in the end, I guess that's right. However, I still have faith in the people of this world. Or rather, how can a guardian of the walls of peace not have faith in the people around the world?
Supporting the walls of peace until the people cry out for peace is our job. Because we have faith in the world's people. We can withstand at heavy weight. If we give up here, Grandfather would really have died in vain.
To make sure that doesn't happen, we need to always keep our blades sharp and at the ready. At least until we can find this world's enemy and gut them.
The deaths of great people can be a source of terror or depression. However, they can also be a source of revelation, showing us that we might be the next ones charged with showing the path towards justice. Those martyrs for justice surely weren't the only ones who knew the truth of this world. There were some who later sounded out as potential provisional directors, but who were overcome with cowardice and refused. So, hope hasn't been lost yet?
If they would only rise up with courage, we'd be able to lend them as much of our strength as they needed.
Still, the attacks just happened. If someone was too cowardly to attend in the first place, I doubt they'd rise up now.
After all, Later's list of provisional director candidates is now no different than a kill list in the eyes of masterminds who started these global conflicts.
I want to help somehow.
If only Grandfather was still alive, I'm sure he'd show us whom we must fight.
God damn it, if only he answered that text. Oh, God.
Come to think of it, Rethabeel! Didn't you say there was someone in the ACR royal family who was selected to be a professional director, but refused?
Yes, one of my brothers. Cyril Negentian, Africa Commonwealth from. Jeez. Holy shit, that is a name.
I found a search result for you. Circle negative friends. Miyao, Prince of the Royal Family, born in ACR, South Africa. He's the 19th in line to the throne and an honorary director of the Royal South African Spiridium Research Corporation, Miyao. He is well known for outside his country for being a passionate philanthropist. On December 6th, he made statements on social media that caused an uproar, as he was seen as being critical of the maintaining a healthy military balance.
Am I being too loud, or please tell me? I think
He was stamped with the label of one who has abandoned their duties towards peace, and he ended up apologizing on social media.
Exactly, Jam Chat. It's it's friggin' that name. My God.
Ever since then, his activity on social media has apparently ceased.
It still sounds good? Okay, thanks. Oh, it's perfect? Great, Jam Chat. Thanks.
Yeah, he sounds like the kind of guy who wouldn't be popular with those pushing for war.
He's a pathetic big brother. Once you've said something, you've ought to have confidence in yourself and defend it openly. It's deplorable that an actual prince would be spent so easily and apologize.
Still, according to Karapoyo, this South African Spiridium Research Corporation is gigantic. If he's an honorary director there, does that mean he's got quite a bit of political power?
It's a massive corporation that supplies the southern half of the African continent with spiridium. The amount of money and connections they have access to must be off the charts.
Despite his little sister's low opinion of him, he sounds like he must have quite a lot of influence in the ACR.
Well, it seems he is able to carry out his job and royal family orders, though just barely. Seriously? Rethabiel is like rising through the ranks. She is pretty cool, seriously.
Would it be possible for us to talk to this Prince Cyril?
Ever since earlier, when I promised you that I would look for potential contacts, I've been trying to get in touch with him. The other day, I finally got an email in response. I then told him I wanted to meet with him and speak with him, and I'm currently waiting for a reply. I hope he's not dead. Oh God. He's always had a cowardly personality. I expect fear will get the better of him, and he'll refuse to cooperate.
It's not like we want him to do anything for us. We just want his advice. Where can we use our power as Gauntlet Knights to serve the cause of peace? We won't ask for anything more, and I'm fine taking full responsibility for whatever happens next. We'll keep it secret, and if there's anything we can do for him in return, we want to do it.
I feel the same way Miyao does. Miyao does. If there's a way we can contribute beyond simply supporting the cause of peace, I would not hesitate to help.
And the war cats are always on your side, Miyao. We'll ignore Okanogi's orders whenever you like.
I agree with this sentiment, but I think you're getting a bit too fired up. That's right. Gauntlets are not our personal property. We mustn't forget that they're managed by countries. Our countries, and only lent out to us. Without our country's assistance, we wouldn't be able to perform maintenance or resupply our weaponry. Still, I understand the enthusiasm that Miyao, or rather the Grand Master of the Order of the Public Bath, has shown. For the sake of that enthusiasm, I will continue to do all I can. But in all seriousness, do not expect too much. You may be hoping to receive information on the evil mastermind's secret base, so that gauntlet knights from around the world can join forces and achieve a sweeping victory, with the Order saving all of humanity, or something of the sort. However, issues in actual society are never that easily solved. If you find the problem is poverty, who will you fight? If society is at fault, at whom will you fire your missiles? Military force may be the strongest of humanity's powers, but that doesn't make it an omnipotent trump card that can solve every issue. Do not forget that. Damn. Can she just be the next leader? Jeez, can she move up like 15 places in the freaking royal ranking here? Jeez. She is pretty badass. I'd vote for her in a heartbeat. Although she's a princess, so there's no voting involved, but still.
I'm not that much of a dreamer.
Well, not quite that much of one. Yeah, right, Miyao. You are a sky-high idealist. That's why you founded this whole thing. Oh boy! Oh, he's gonna get triggered. Oh god, I accidentally clicked forward. Grandmaster Miyao, make sure that you do not forget one thing. In the end, we are game pieces. Exactly, Ji-chan. She is a queen in our hearts. We have been placed on this board by those playing chess, with peace as their victory condition, and though we may be extremely powerful, we are still pieces, unable to do anything but move according to the rules of chess. It's true that even as individuals, we can make use of military might that far surpasses the common sense of all that came before. Sometimes we may even be struck by a feeling we're so omnipotent we can change the fate of the world as we please. I will not deny that this much is a fact. Such a sense of pride and invincibility is the privilege and motivational force of the young. Gauntlets are not personal property. We joined this order because we agreed to stick to the sense of justice shared by all our comrades who support the wars of peace, even while carrying out our military duties. I understand your determination, but as a soldier serving under the ABN Peace Department, if you're asking me to completely ignore my duties there to fight only for the philosophy of the Order of the Public Bath, I'm afraid I'll have no choice but to refuse.
I get that much.
I'm a bit worried that you don't. So allow me to clearly state that.
However,
Ling Ji, who had seemed to be quietly listening in on the conversation, suddenly rose to her feet. Her face had large tears trickling down it, and the fierce emotions she had been holding back were now clearly visible.
the walls of peace exist for the sake of protecting world peace, and it's the military's duty to support them, right? Of course, I have love and loyalty for my country. However, when the time comes for me to take the path of justice, for the sake of world peace, just like grandfather did, I want to fight for that cause, even if it makes taking a different path from the military and acting all on my own, just like my grandfather did. If I don't carry on his will, he will have died for nothing.
Calm down, Ling Ji. You should avoid carelessly saying such things to your comrades in the COU. Oh God. Oh my God, Ling Ji.
Nothing I'm saying is wrong. Why should any of them just look at me with accusing eyes? You're all knights of the Order of the Public Bath, aren't we? Why should we have to balance world peace with the goals of the military, who care nothing for their own national interests?
Maybe Ling Ji was being overcome with sadness at the death of her beloved grandfather. With tears in her eyes, she argued against Stanisław, saying that it was shameful that he lacked the resolve to abandon his country for the sake of fighting enemies of peace. If this had been Naima, he probably would have given her a sedative right away, but he couldn't do that to Ling Ji. Stanisław seemed to quickly conclude that it would be unproductive to argue back against her and tried to change the subject somehow. Rethabiel shrugged. She had predicted the explosion of emotion well beforehand and had taken the precaution of saying that she didn't know if she'd be able to help. As the Japanese would say, do not become a tengu and let pride overwhelm you. I believe leave the mochi making to the mochi makers was another of their proverbs.
Are you saying that we guardians of peace should just stay quiet and stick to beating guardians?
I too am a gauntlet knight, so I know. When you fly freely through the gaps between the clouds, an order to return given on the surface can seem like such a pointless waste of time. You want to keep flying, off into the endless distance. You see the beautiful gradations of the evening sun's light from red to blue. You feel that if you could just fly beyond that horizon, you might find a free land that's all your own, or you could be released from more troublesome matters. If someone forgot to respond to an order to return in such a state, it wouldn't be the first or second time such a thing had happened.
For me too. My strongest motive for becoming a gauntlet knight, and the thing I liked about it most, is being able to fly through the sky at will.
And if you disobey your country, those wings will be torn off.
If there ever comes an age where you can get a gauntlet like a bicycle and use it without needing anyone's permission, that would be wonderful. Well, without the weapon part of it, obviously. I don't think you just want everyone to have access to tons of missiles, Gunhild. But the flying part, I can see that. But it's unlikely that it'll be possible any time during the next century.
Then Grandfather's death had no meaning? Are you saying he took the wings given to him by his country, flew as he pleased without understanding his place, and plummeted to his doom? Just what are these things on our left arms? They're nothing. They're just like Icarus's wings.
Grandmaster, perhaps we should call it a day. I believe now is the time to save our strength, so that when it is truly time for us to fight, we'll be ready. We haven't made any real progress, unless my unreliable brother responds. Maintaining a proper balance of cranial secretions is an important part of a gauntlet knight's self-maintenance.
You're right. Let's call it a day here. Rethabiel, I'm sorry I got all excited all on my own.
You're sorry? Why should you be sorry? Please do not apologize for something like that.
Calm down.
Kirapoyo?
By the authority of Secretary Pollo, everyone in the room will now be forcibly ejected, Pollo. Now then, everyone, let's all cool our heads and meet again, Pollo.
Oh boy. Even though such a terrible thing had occurred, the explosion accident at the IPMA headquarters was treated as a minor news item that night, and by the next day the news had completely forgotten about it. Then, as if nothing had happened, all the news started focusing on hateful topics that spurred on wars. Even though a large number of VIPs had gathered from all over the world for the sake of world peace, prioritizing over their own national interests, it ended as a failure, a sad accident. Okay, this voice is coming in extremely clearly. I wonder what it's saying. It does sound a bit warped, but I wonder if somebody could translate what this says. Somehow find out what this says. I bet there's somebody working on it, because if Ryukishi were gonna leave some kind of meta clue to things, I'm betting it would be in this. Seriously, this clearly sounds like somebody talking. That could be like decoded in some way. Or rather, a violent incident. And yet, public opinion was returning to a warlike fever. As though these events had never taken place. Watching this, it was hard to tell if the world had gone insane or if I had. And this led me to a single answer inside my heart. However, I had no intention of saying it out loud and letting people know about it. They probably just viewed it as a dangerous idea after all. Oh god, oh god, Miyao! It makes me think. Do I only understand how precious peace is? Because I'm supporting the walls of peace? Always prepared for war? There are people who gobble up peace, have their fill of it, and yawn out of boredom with tears in their eyes. Those are the people irresponsibly spurring on war. Does this mean that unless people touch the cross-section of war, that is the front lines, they can never know the value of peace? Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, no! In that case. What if... Oh god! What if the entire world became the front lines? It wouldn't necessarily have to be as part... Oh god! Part of war. Fucking hell! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! It could be anything that's in opposition to peace. An accident or a natural disaster or riot would do, as long as it puts them on the front lines of a situation that's completely opposite of how it is now. They start wanting peace. Oh, God. No! Apparently, there's a term called disaster utopia. It exists that when peace is lost, the good in people makes them work together to try and regain it. Even when people who crawl during peacetime will join hands and try to regain peace together. If that's what makes humans beautiful, then maybe peace is worth. Oh no! Fucking hell! Oh God, no! Miyao, stop! 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 You stop! No! You stop this line of thinking right fucking now! I fucking swear. Seriously, you stop it. Once the restoration is complete, the people who once held hands will go their separate ways, living however they please once again. Once again, they will crawl and irresponsibly resort to war to resolve those disputes. I'm sorry, I'm reading so fast. Peace. Oh, fucking hell! Jesus Christ. And we're getting that classic Higurashi sound effect in the background. Oh boy. Peace is a poison. Peace makes people irresponsible, turning themselves towards war is a miracle drug that can solve all their... Oh, fuck you. Oh, no. Hello, Beatrice. Oh, no. And when they actually lay their hands on war, they'll immediately cool their heads and clear their minds, remembering the value of peace and holding hands once again to regain it. Oh, fucking hell. It's not that peace is wonderful. What's wonderful is when all humanity holds hands and seeks peace. Oh, God. God damn it, do not. Miyao, I fucking swear, if you turn into a supervillain, I will fucking... I swear, Miyao, you are... Go to your room now. Fucking hell. I'm sorry. Jeez, where the fuck did that come from? Oh, God. What? Oh, God. Oh, God, no! You stop right now! You stop it. All of their souls shine, and though it may be rough for them, I'm sure they'll live a fulfilling life. I'm no politician, I'm not a religious figure. However, I have power in this left arm of mine. Power to make the whole world remember the value of peace and to form a utopia where everyone holds hands. Just with the power of a gauntlet knight, I can teach all of humanity No! Stop it, Miyao! Stop! Stop! You stop this. Ugh! When it became unbearable, I finally opened my eyes. My whole body was covered with sweat. I probably had a bad dream. Or 3Yao went ahead and did exactly what you were talking about because you gave them a freaking... Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Even though I know I remembered it clearly a second ago, that memory fell away like a sand through my fingers. Oh no! Oh no! A dream! Oh God! Oh no! Oh God! Oh no! Oh God! Oh no! Oh God! Or 3Yao took control of your body and just... Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I've got a pretty good idea of what kind of dream it was. In the corner of my mental display. Oh no! Several news reports were lit up. Then lines alone were enough to irritate me. Apparently, the more impatient countries have quickly abandoned the truce and caught the crops of attack drones. We're now pressing towards the front lines once again. Oh no! If you want a war, why don't you just fight one yourselves? because they're fighting with attack drones. It probably makes war feel like a game to them. At the start of the A3W era, the idea of maintaining a healthy military balance led to universal conscription being imposed across the entire world, in the name of letting everyone experience what it felt like to support the walls of peace. However, since the post-war restoration was the world's highest priority, people pushed back against this, saying universal conscription would cause major delays, and the plan was abandoned. Are humans really flawed creatures after all? Do they have to experience the fires of war every now and then to learn the value of peace? But then, that's completely cyclical reasoning. Oh god. In the end, they're just animals. Animals wearing clothes who had no reasons for their actions besides hunger and a desire to reproduce. Because we have intelligence, we brag about how we're superior to other animals, but in the end, we only use that intelligence to work out plausible excuses for our animal desires. If a true evil does exist behind the wars occurring throughout the world, perhaps there's a flaw in the creatures known as humans, which makes them periodically desire war. Oh no! It was a line from an email Dad had once sent me. Oh god.
Rathabil and the others told me to shed any naive ideas I had about finding a convenient villain that we could all be down together, bringing peace to the world. But...
oh no.
they're right.
Oh, Ji-chan. Okay, yeah, you get to bed. It's getting pretty late. Oh my god.
Thinking that all people around the world are all good and only a small set of masterminds are evil, that's just naive. The world isn't bringing about the tragedy called war because of a small group of masterminds. It's a flaw that the animals created humans are born with.
How do you like the environmental BGM you're listening to? The Sweet Dreams BGM series, not them quarters for you. If you like this selection, please rate it for me for you. Would you like to say rate or never play this again?
Never play this again. Carapoyo, that's enough background sounds, so please turn on the World News channel.
Wow, thanks so much motivational rating for you. Next time you curled up to sleep, I'll play the Revenge BGM series Terror of the Chronic Frogs for you. Now to play the World News channel for you.
We'll never forgive enemies who launch missiles at our children. Our pain won't ease until we've launched missiles back at theirs. After the failure of the truce caused by Later's intervention, military-related stocks have been made an amazing comeback. We keep hearing cries of joy from day traders who brilliantly foresaw this and became millionaires. Simon Wixel has been with another scandal. Once again, the way he used peace for a tool for his businesses, in sharp contrast to how people viewed him when he was alive, has been brought into the fore. Listen to the voices of the common man we have heard on the streets.
Well, I did believe in the kind of peace Witzel talked about. I never want to learn he was such a scoundrel. I guess it's even more obvious now that people are talking about peace and never up to anything good.
Oh no. Oh god, jeez. Oh boy. The same sort of news was probably flowing through the COU too. Some of that would surely be slanderous toward Liu Tian Kai as well. Oh, jeez. After all, to those who wanted to stir up war, people who put their lives on the line to call for world peace were just in the way. When I think about how hurt Ling Ji must feel right now, I can feel an even more unpleasant sweat cover my whole body. Breaking news, the shelling has resumed. Fighting over national borders has ended the truce.
Is this an aerial battle between drones over the Mediterranean Sea? Video included. We've announced that we'll resume our attacks on agricultural plants. ABN has announced that they'll resist to the bitter end. Possible cruise missile attack? The global conflict is resumed.
We're back to a global conflict. A global conflict? Isn't that just wordplay by people who don't want to admit it's World War IV? At first, I thought the world had been driven towards war because of some masterminds hoping to earn a profit. But even if they're the ones starting it, everyone who keeps dancing to their tune without any doubts is the same. It's just a matter of degree. Oh my god, jeez. While the walls of peace are being protected for them, they comfortably stir up public opinion like it's a game. Hoping for war, partly out of boredom. That's loud, jeez. These short-tempered people who lack even patience to try and talk all this out, immediately. Let me see if I can scroll that down, because that is loud as fuck. Short-tempered people who lack even the patience. Should I talk all this out and immediately start demanding that the issue be resolved with military force? Meanwhile, it doesn't take much for the politicians to play to that crowd, desiring only the position of representing their voices. Well, of course that's happening. War has changed completely since ancient times. Why is this music playing? Jeez. Once, when war broke out, you'd be drafted on your hometown would become a battleground. They have one problem after another. But now, because of the buffer zone between national boundaries, known as the walls of peace, the militaries are just picking fights with each other using drones. No matter how irresponsibly you push for war, it wouldn't hurt or inconvenience you at all. And when casualties do occur, even though you personally don't know those people, you bravely say that it's time to take revenge, treating wartime like it's a publicity stunt. Why is this OST playing? The debt previous administrations built up by putting off the various issues surrounding national borders is coming due. I believe we should resolve these issues clearly, here and now, so that they aren't left to our children's generation as well. If we want to leave this beautiful glass sea behind for our children, then we must make the central glass sea of Japan a true sea of peace during our generation. I look forward to the AOU Japanese military's continued efforts. Enough with that cheap talk. Why is this music playing? Are you that unable to remember the value of peace unless you're holding up the wall of peace with your own hands? For those who have played this before, my game isn't glitched, right? Like this OST is actually supposed to be playing here. In that case, learn the sacredness of peace for the first time. As the walls of peace press down on you, crushing you as you try to support them. Oh god. Oh my god, I Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god.
How do you like this environmental BGM you're listening to? The High Spirits BGM series Southern Resort for you. If you like this selection, please rate it for me for you. Would you like to select rate or never play this again?
Okay, Karapoyo. Do a search for how I can delete you. Seriously. I've had it up to here with your shit.
I don't wanna.
Thanks, Karapoyo.
If you're willing to thank me in cash, I'll accept it for you.
There's no way I'll do it. I'll let you stay and as you are until my cellcom breaks.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
Wait, that was a massive earthquake, right?
Oh God, we are in the shit now. Oh God, jeez.
Didn't I bet on AUU Japan in the earthquake lottery? Karapoyo, hit me breaking news on earthquakes.
Get her, get her. Get her, get her. Your connection is currently unstable for you. Please get her rid of money. Get her.
That can't be good. Is everything okay?
Oh God, and what do you know? Yep, it takes an hour to read each part. It's pretty much defined to be an hour for each part, so pretty much almost exactly. Chess is about love. You must sense more love from your opponent's moves than they have put there themselves. This is no time for Umineko. Oh God, jeez. The clock strikes midnight. Here we go. Next time. On Ciconia. All hell will break loose. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Just as Oe was asking last time, it looks like we're going to go back to Veer Drastic. Okay. Next time. Okay, you guys. Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy. Jeez. We had a fun time today, didn't we? Oh my god, Miyao is really having a dark place in his thoughts. Maybe in hindsight the military will say that it wasn't a good idea to give teenagers weapons of mass destruction who are just can go through phases of edginess and stuff like that. Oh God, Miyao. Oh boy, oh boy. How many chapters do I have left? Now that the clock has struck midnight? Oh God. Oh God. Yep. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this. Oh, you guys are fucking awesome, seriously. I think there might be either 3 or 4 Ciconia streams left, depending on how many chapters there are left. Yeah, yeah, oh my god, jeez. Yeah. Miyao is, okay, 5 chapters left, so 3 streams, basically. 3 streams. I'm at the start of 21, okay. So 3 streams, and is there a Tea Party equivalent, Ruka? Do you know? Yeah. Or is there not, like, because, yeah, I think you said that 25 is a really long chapter. Just checking with you guys, waiting out the delay in the chat. Do 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 doodly do, da da doodly do. Oh my god, I do not. Mio's mental state right now is really, really, really bad for someone who has free access to a weapon of mass destruction. He's going into his "we live in a society" stage. Oh god, oh boy. Oh God, Mio. Jeez. Anyway, you guys. In 2 days, we will resume Umineko. There's some bonus things to... How long do you think those bonus things will take? which I could not be more excited for to continue Umineko. So yeah, probably 3 more streams of Ciconia. That makes sense. Yeah, I'd say 3 more Ciconia streams. And definitely things I have finally by the end. Oh boy. Looks like this big world war is going to take these final 5 chapters. Because wherever Miyao is living here has been attacked. I find it really interesting that we are almost done with the story and not a single main character has died yet. Which is kind of scaring me. This is new. This is new in terms of Ryukushi. Not a single sprited character has died yet. So, oh boy. So you know what? In 2 days, it's Umineko time again. Oh, wait, now you're saying 1 or 2 streams. Really, I think it's gonna probably be 3. I'll probably if 21 through 24 are the same length as these chapters, I'll probably stop right after 24, unless I get really hooked on it and just like want to go all the way through. And it's probably gonna be 3 more Ciconia streams. So Ciconia will end before November's up. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe at the very beginning of December, probably. Yeah, alright, so. Jeez. Alright, yeah, this is terrifying to read. Oh god, Miyao. Oh no, my poor baby. So until next time. 1 or 2. Oh, wow, there's that much bonus content. Really, Ruko? Damn, are you serious? Holy shit. Okay. Okay then, so 3 more for the main story and then one. I'll try to get all the bonus content into 1 stream then. Because, oh my god, holy shit, jeez. So until next time, 2 days Umineko, 4 days Ciconia. I will say so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.